watched as she moved her hand gently around my neck, carefully putting the bandages on my skin to stop the bleeding. "See?" she said and moved a few steps back, smiling at me like she always did. "Everything's alright." I wanted to scoff. Nothing was alright, but she probably knew that. And I also didn't want her to get angry again, because there still was this high possibility that she'd lash out on me. After all, I still was her hostage. So what's gonna happen now, since you're supposed to be on a run? My voice sounded raspy and my whole body trembled when I asked her. I almost didn't have courage to talk to her. This goes to show how nerve-wracking this whole situation was. When her eyes met mine, she smiled and chuckled softly. "Don't you worry," she said while touching my cheeks with her bloodied hands. "We'll be safe. After all, nobody but you knows where I am, so they can search for as long as they intend to. They won't find me, and certainly not you." As soon as I heard those words, a strange feeling of relief flooded through my body, as if it were trying to calm me down. But I wasn't calm, not in the slightest bit. "How can you be so sure?" I asked her. She just smiled and kept whatever she wanted to do next to herself. I sighed and nodded with my head towards my hands, which were still bound to each other behind my back. "Fine, if you won't tell me, I don't mind not to know. But could you please free me from those ties? They kinda hurt." Caroline looked at me, and I saw her eyes slowly moving up and down, left and right. The smile on her face changed into a grin when our eyes met again. She giggled. Then she laid her arms around my shoulders and moved closer to me. "Why?" Her left eye winked at me. "I think they suit you." She took her hands off my shoulders and walked a bit towards a small path between two trees. When she heard that I wasn't following her, she stopped and turned around. Her smile was gone. "Why aren't you following me?" she asked with a frown on her face. "You know that the police are still trying to find us. Hurry up!" I shook my head. If I'd be in the same situation today, I wouldn't be this foolish. Remember, she still had her knife in her hand, and from what I could tell, I already knew she wasn't afraid to use it. What I didn't know was to what extent she would use it against me to get her way, and I really shouldn't have tried to find out. "You're scaring me," I finally answered, as if I were a small child trying to argue with their mother. "I wanna go home. Maybe if we'll explain the situation to the cops, they won't—" Another shiver ran down my spine as I heard the cold laughter of my friend. "You really think they'll listen to two teenager kids instead of grown adults? Yeah, right. If you really believe in that, you're as naive as you look." She stopped laughing. "Seriously, remember your late brother? How they didn't do anything when he clearly needed their help. When they did nothing against the photos that were posted online of him? They drove him into you-know-what?" I looked down. Of course I remembered that. I remembered every single moment. The crushing defeat of a no, the hopeless eyes and the red liquid all over the place. How could I not remember? Since then I couldn't visit my brother's grave without having a breakdown, without reliving everything that had happened. I didn't want to lose hope. I looked up to her, and with all the courage I had, which admittedly wasn't much, I told her my opinion. "But the police officers from back then were other people. Maybe they'll do something now. You'll never know." Caroline scoffed as she was walking towards me again. "People never change. You really shouldn't be that naive." She pointed her knife at me. "I'm only trying to keep you safe, to protect you. And what are you doing? Trying to get us both into danger." My heart started beating faster as I saw her coming closer and closer. "This is enough. You're coming with me. Now." I don't remember what happened next. I was told that Caroline tried to attack me with her knife. The police had heard my screams of help and came rushing in. Caroline escaped, and now they were all looking for her. That's what happened. But I couldn't believe that the police had made it in time, and when I checked my arms, I noticed faint gripping marks, but no wounds. In the end, they never caught her. Sometime later I met her once. Well, it was more of a seeing her. She was going somewhere with somebody. They didn't look happy. And then they vanished. I of course told the police, but like I said, they never managed to catch her. I'm happy I'm not with her anymore. My psychiatrist told me from my stories of her that she could have been a manipulator, trying to get everything she wanted in all possible ways. Honestly, it sounded like her. I'm happy that I am not under her influence. I probably was for a long time without noticing. But I really hope that she'll find a way to change. People always do, at least in books.